CBG News, CBG News. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Hi everyone. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you want to share me out, please. Happy Monday, everybody. This is a story that I want to share with you guys. I know that it's probably been out a while, but I'm just now getting looking at it, and it's really had been put out, but this been put out before. But it's just very peculiar that this is a very sad story. So I definitely want to share it with you guys, and I'm gonna wait a minute for some people to come in, and then we're going to get into the content on tonight. Um, Let me just allow me a second here. Hold on, y'all. So I'm just waiting for some more people to come in, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, please. I know it hasn't been a while since I came on, but still, give me some support, please, and hit the like button. Um, I definitely appreciate you guys if you do that for me. Um, so, um, so hopefully you guys will give me that like. I'm just waiting a minute here, and then we're going to get into it. Um, I do have an update as well on a story that really happened in my hometown. I definitely want to give you guys an update on that. I'm just waiting a minute here, please. Just for some people to come on in, and then we're gonna get into the content on tonight. Um, I don't know if I'm breaking up or not. Y'all, am I breaking up? Don't look like it, but you never know. But okay. So if you are new here, please, 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 please come on in. Hey Jamie, how you doing today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. How you been doing on today? How have you been doing on today? Um, Hopefully that you had a good weekend. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Um, we're gonna get into the content in just a minute. Why you mom? What? Um, I'm just waiting a minute here. Um, it is just waiting. I do want to let you guys know to thank you guys for watching some of the parade with me. Oh, definitely the flu, RSV. Those are the main things that's right now. The hospitals are. Um, those are one of the main issues that is the issue. So a lot of people don't believe in the flu shot. Um, So yes, stay in if you can. Stay in if you can. Don't go out too much, and please, if you're feeling sick, stay in. Go to the doctor immediately. Um, but you're definitely true about that. There has been an influx of yes, there has been an influx of just people just sick with RSV and all of that. So yeah, that is honestly true. Um, and it's just it's just unfortunate that people's going through this. Um, so um, so y'all, we're going to you know, without further ado, I'm probably not gonna hold you guys long because I'm trying to get to the point. Will I do 30 to 45? It shouldn't take long to get to the point of doing these lives unless we go overboard. I know I haven't been live Saturday or Sunday, but y'all, school come first now. School do come first. Y'all, I am doing well in school, but sometimes I had to put this on the back burner and focus on school. So I definitely, you know, want to let you guys know that. But I am grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for you guys supporting me. So let's continue. Let's get into the content on tonight. Because this story has been out since like October, and I want to give you guys this story because it's it's like you have to when you're in Mexico. All I can say is be careful because there there was three people, y'all, that was in Mexico, that was found killed. I mean, they were not killed, but they were found dead in an Airbnb in Mexico. Um, and and they didn't know. Thank you, Mama Misha, for understanding. And how you doing? Thank you for coming in, Mama Misha. Um, so as I was stating, these guys, y'all, I'm gonna pull their picture up on the screen, and whoever's watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Um, these are the three people. It says here, families are. These are the three people that were. If the pictures come up on the screen, hold on, y'all. There you go. Okay, y'all. So I like to show their picture on the screen. I don't have to be shown. It says here that families. This article was dated back November the 8th. And it says here that these people were found dead in a Airbnb. You remember Shanquilla Robinson was found dead October the 30th. These three people were found dead in an Airbnb in Mexico, and their death was mysteriously. They couldn't find out the reason why they died. They mysteriously died, and it says here that their name is Candace Florence and Jordan Marshall. They're both 28 years old. Was 28 years old. Cortez Hall, who was 33 years old. They all traveled to Mexico in late October, from what I'm understanding, October the 30th, to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead. So it says here, Florence, Candace's boyfriend, who did not go with them to this trip, was on the phone with her on the night of October the 30th when she started feeling ill and told him something wasn't right. And they said the call then she said that something wasn't right, and then her boyfriend said that the phone went dead, the phone was disconnected, and hold on, y'all. It says here, and the boyfriend could no longer get a hold of Florence. For the being concerned of the phone disconnecting, the boyfriend reached out to the Airbnb asking to perform a wellness check. And it says here local police officers who arrived on the scene that night found the two male victims in Florence dead. The families of these deceased said they have been in touch. They was in touch with the U.S. Embassy in Mexico, traveling to Mexico in person, trying to find out information on what happened, and they didn't know effective November the 8th. Now it says here Florence was a business. Candace Florence was a business owner from Virginia Beach, and she was taught and was on the phone with her boyfriend. Um, and then it says here Jordan Marshall, Florence's friend from high school, was a teacher in New Orleans and was found dead along his two friends. And then it says here that Cortez Hall was a teacher as well. And it says here that the Mexican police was not very forthcoming when it comes to um, the issue of what caused their death. So we're going to listen to some things here, guys, and that I want you guys to listen to and about their death, and then we're going to discuss some more things further. So these three people mysteriously died in an Airbnb October the 30th. They went to as we know, they went to celebrate the Day of the Dead, and Lord, they ended up being dead. So let's listen to here. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I'm gonna get it up. Y'all just listen in. I'm not gonna put everything on the screen, but the video on the screen. But I'm gonna want you guys to listen to this audio.
Tourists in two separate incidents who died of carbon monoxide poisoning while vacationing in Mexico City. Matt Rivers is there with the details. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, George. Just over my shoulder behind me, you can see the building where three American friends came here to Mexico City hoping to spend a fun weekend. Instead, they lost their lives inside an apartment there. Their families now asking, how could that have happened? This morning, the families of four tourists killed by carbon monoxide poisoning in two different Mexico City vacation rentals demanding answers.
This can't happen anymore.
Authorities say Americans Candace Florence, Jordan Marshall, and Cortez Hall were all found dead in their Airbnb rental on October 30th. Florence's family telling ABC News they were in town to join Day of the Dead celebrations.
She just loved being in the presence of other people and just feeling how they live.
They say the 28-year-old spoke to her boyfriend on the phone that day and told him she wasn't feeling well.
She said, I was vomiting and dizzy and my legs are wobbly.
Authorities say they arrived at the scene to find the bodies of the three friends, all dead from carbon monoxide poisoning. Airbnb suspending the listing and canceling upcoming reservations, telling ABC News, quote, our priority now is to provide support to those affected while the authorities investigate what happened, and we are available to cooperate with the investigation in any way we can. But that same weekend, just a few miles away, another death from carbon monoxide. 29-year-old Angelica Arce was staying in a non-Airbnb vacation rental with her siblings, Andrea and Marco, when they started to feel sick.
Vomited, actually, and I felt really dizzy.
Andrea and Marco telling our San Diego affiliate KGTV that Angelica was treated for heat exhaustion at the hospital and went back to the rental to sleep. But a few hours later, Marco found her lifeless.
I licked her hair and she was all purple. I was very scared.
These deaths just the latest in a disturbing trend among vacationers. In May, 3 U.S. tourists were killed by carbon monoxide poisoning at a sandals resort in the Bahamas. Not all rental companies mandate that their properties have functioning carbon monoxide detectors. The victims' families now calling for more regulation.
We will fight to make sure that mandates are implemented so no other family has to deal with this type of brokenness and heartache.
And you have to wonder how a simple detector like this, which I actually bought not far from here, I actually take it with me on some of my personal and professional trips to try and stay safe. How is something like this not mandatory here in Mexico City? That is the question that these families are now asking. Guys.
Cannot blame them for that, and we were thinking of those families, Matt. Thank you. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin.
All right, y'all. So these people died of carbon monoxide poison due to the fact that they didn't have the Airbnb didn't have a detector, and then they had carbon monoxide in the air and it killed them. And it wasn't a detector in there, and these people done set up and lost their life. And you know, that's just a, you know, a sad situation. And then for them to not, you know, give them any answers. Let's listen to this.
She was a dreamer. Dreamer meaning she wanted to make a difference.
Candace started a candle making business in 2020 called Glow Through It. Her candles feature an affirmation to empower those who burn them.
She said, don't go through it, glow through it.
Candace and her friend Jordan Marshall were both found dead in their Mexico City Airbnb last week. Candace's boyfriend was on the phone with her when she started getting sick. He then called the Airbnb host to do a welfare check, and authorities found Candace, Jordan, and Jordan's friend Cortez Hall inside.
Having to maneuver language barriers and travel and trying to, get his body home. It's been a lot.
Both Jordan and Candace's families caught flights to Mexico City. Jordan's mom, Jennifer Marshall, says they spent hours in a Mexico City police station. She says the U.S. Embassy was closed when they got there, and they couldn't even get into the Airbnb to get his things.
His wallet, his laptop, he took all those things.
Jordan was a teacher in New Orleans. His mom says he was very passionate and incredibly proud of his work as an educator.
We're just glad that, he did have that opportunity in his short time to make an impact.
Candace and Jordan's families say they hope no one else ever has to go through this.
Nobody took the effort to even try to notify us.
Seeing challenge as an opportunity to fight so others won't have to go through what they've experienced.
It's really just a waiting game and hoping that they reach out to us, which, as you can see, that was difficult for them to do initially, to even let us know that she wasn't here anymore.
Thanks for watching our...
All right, y'all. So let me take them off the screen. So recently it has came out, and I feel like the parents had every right in doing this. It recently came out that the families have decided to basically, the families have decided to sue. They've decided to sue the company for wrongful death. And I feel like that is only right because of the fact that they could have had life could have been easily saved if they would have had a carbon monoxide detector in the home. It's a very sad situation, y'all. And I wanted to give you guys that story. As well, y'all, there is a story of a 10-year-old little boy. It's just sad about this. Now, the 10-year-old little boy shot and killed his 44-year-old mother in Milwaukee. He is being charged at 10 years old with first-degree murder. I have never heard of a child being charged with first-degree murder, but this young boy, and I'm gonna pull his picture up of him and his mom, was charged with first-degree murder because he shot and killed his mom over a video game. And honestly, and that's sad to say that it was over a video game. It says here that according to a criminal complaint, the boy was allegedly mad at his mom for waking him up early and not letting him purchase a virtual or reality set on Amazon. And it says here, while at the scene, the police spoke with the 10-year-old boy who stated that he was awakened. Exactly. Same here, Mr. Phelps. Hold on, y'all. Let me find this right quick. Let me find this little boy picture. And hold on just a minute. Let me get this down. Hold on, y'all. Hey Trisha, how are you? I'm coming, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I'm trying to get his picture up on the screen so we can know who we're speaking about. So this is the mother. She was so pretty. And this was the apartment that they lived in, and that's them together. Um, so I'm gonna just put myself at the bottom of the screen so I can finish the story. Because this was out. Whew. So it says here that um that the boy, this was over a virtual reality set on Amazon. And it says here that the police, while at the scene with the 10-year-old boy who stated he was awakened by the woman, the boy's mother, at 6 a.m., the boy first told police that he went to her bedroom and retrieved his mother's gun. Listen to this, y'all. He went to the basement where she was grabbing some laundry. He initially described as twirling the gun around on his finger, then it accidentally went off. In a later interview with police, the 10-year-old boy admitted that he was not twirling the gun around when he shot his mother. He says the 10-year-old boy went on to tell police he admitted well to his grandma to he admitted that his mother would not allow him to have something from Amazon that he wanted to have. He admitted that he retrieved the gun because he was mad at her for waking him up at 6 a.m. The complaint says. The complaint goes on to say he tried to shoot the wall to scare her, at which point he admitted that he shot her in the face. And the body of the boy admitted to knowing the guns are dangerous and can kill people. Authorities claims that the boy logged onto his mother's Amazon account on November the 22nd, following her death, and then ordered himself the virtual reality headset he wanted. Says here this baby made a appearance in Milwaukee County Court on Friday, November the 25th, That was the day after Thanksgiving, and the day the criminal complaint was filed. There was a cash bond set of $50,000, and he is expected to make his next court appearance on December the 7th. Now, y'all, that's a sad story right there. That is exactly. If he would have just been waiting and been patient, he would have got it for Christmas. And never, if y'all listening, why would you? He first of all, he shouldn't have been touching that gun. First of all, she should have had that gun in a safe place. And you know that's crazy. Um, this is crazy. Um, hold on, y'all. That that's the sad part about it. Yes, and then he just gonna sit up there and get mad and shoot his mom. Um, I swear, if I would have seen Jamel and with a gun or Jamel them or anything like that try to attack, like when you know you got unstable children, I guess they say that's why you don't when you spare the rod, you spoil the child. I guess I got to do better with that too because I'd be damned if I lose my life over a kid. They'll die before I do. I'm sorry for saying that, but if I brought you in this world, I will take you out if you try to take me out because of a game. And you will have to leave here and be institutionalized because no way you're going to shoot me over a game. Who is Christy Alley? Hey, St. Hudson. Who is Christy Alley? What? From Young and the Restless? How she died? She from Young and the Restless. Wow. Oh yeah, from Cheers. But she reminded me of somebody from Young and the Restless. She was on TV Screams Queen, and she was 71. Yeah, she died of cancer. Hear her with John Travolta. Wow. Yeah, she was the Cheers star. I used to love watching Cheers. I really did. I got the wrong person. Sorry, I thought she was from Young and the Rest. Um, okay. Um, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I give my condolences to her. I remember her for something. She did. She did. Um, hold on, y'all. Let me finish this story. So, oh, you're okay. I sure got the real. So it says here that this is what the grandmama said. So yes, they are charging this kid as an adult. He is definitely being charged as an adult. It says here that, after he knew that he killed his mother, it says here that the little boy had two little girls inside his head who told him to do things. So he may have had some type of mental issue. It says here the grandmother of the 10-year-old boy confirmed that his grandson hears strange voices and he would often call them sisters. Oh Lord, let me read the rest of this. Hold on, y'all. It says here that he said that his thoughts and everything starts generating at 5 or 6 in the morning, sometimes 4 o'clock. Says here he says that he tried to do the right thing, but he couldn't do it right. Um, and he said that after apologizing for killing his mom, he later inquired if his headset order safely arrived. And it says here this little boy has been charged as an adult with first-degree reckless homicide, and he will be appearing in court. So yeah, this is true. So it says here as well, relative told authorities that the 10-year-old boy has a history of disturbing behavior, which included an incident where he swung his puppy by his tail when he was just age 4. He said they also claimed that he caused an explosion, Lord have mercy, 6 months ago when he set a balloon containing a flammable liquid on fire. What? So, wow. She should have had knowing that her son had these issues going on. I wouldn't even want a gun with him. I would not want a gun in my house knowing that my son has he's Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. So let me go a little further, y'all. It says here, hey Techno Girl, thank you. Thank you. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming in. So it says here the boy said after killing his mom, the boy woke up his sister who then found their mom dead and called 911. It says here due to his age, the boy is allowed to remain with his family. So even though St. Hudson said, why didn't they get him to a group home or something? Child, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. But I can say that he definitely needed some help and he needed to be in a behavioral health clinic for sure. He definitely needed to be in a group home, right? St. Hudson, I believe the same. He does need to be in a group home or he does need to be in some type of behavioral health center because he has. Yes, he did abuse, and he grabbed a cat by his tail and swung it around. And anybody, he Lord. So it says here that the boy is allowed to remain with his family. And it says, however, the following day, the family contacted the Milwaukee Police Department with serious concerns. It says the boy, 26-year-old sister, told the detective he has had rage issues all of his life and 5 different imaginary people that talk to him. 5. It was just every time I'm searching through this stuff. Hey, King Chris, how you doing? Thank you, Saint Hudson. Thank you so much. So this baby needed severe treatment. He needed severe treatment. No, he's still with the family. I know my kids don't have a virtual reality game and probably won't get one. It says here that the little boy has 5 different people living in his head. It says here a therapist previously gave the boy a concerning diagnosis, and the mother had placed cameras inside the home to watch him, according to the complaint. 2 weeks prior to the woman's murder, someone had unplugged these cameras. And the sister also told detectives she learned that the morning after their mother's death, the boy logged onto the mother's Amazon account and ordered a Oculus. So this is one of the really, really expensive kind, Oculus virtual reality set. And it says here the complaint says that family members also alleged that the boy would pick up their puppy by the tail and swing the puppy around until it whined and howled in pain. It says here that an aunt told detectives that the boy never cried or showed any kind of remorse Jesus following his mother's death. The complaint alleges the 10-year-old boy told his aunt that he was actually aiming the gun at his mother. And the day after his mother's death, the aunt said he apologized for killing his mom and then asked to kill that if his Amazon package has arrived. And it says here that, he faces up the maximum of 60 years in prison. So they're going to put a baby in jail for 60 years. He do not need to be institutionalized if he can't, do y'all think he deserves jail time? Let me just say that. Or do you believe that he needs to be somewhere put away for a long time to get medicine in his system, to deal with, he's probably a schizophrenic. He's probably he has a personality disorder. He got a lot going on. And his mom probably did the best thing. I don't know who his dad is. He don't give me that. But he said lock him up. Oh Lord. I just feel like he needs to be locked up, but not in a jail. I feel as though mental institution. No, he's not mentally sound. He gonna be killing people that ain't did nothing to him. If he got voices in his head, one voice may tell him to choke somebody in their sleep. I'm gonna be honest. I'll be nervous to have him in the room with me. You said him and all his head semblance. Yes, he does need to put in a mental institution because I myself, I honestly I honestly, needs to be taken responsible. Yes, Miss Sheila, and how you doing? Yes, I do believe he do need to be held responsible for his actions. And but if like, how can you get someone that has this kind of mental problem to have remorse when they have so much going on in their head? That means that they have multiple people, they have multiple personalities. They're like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde. I like to say. Um, if he kills again, he'll be in jail for the rest of his life. He does need to be institutionalized, at least to get counseling, medicine that, and figure out his real diagnosis. Like, he could be a what's that guy name? That he could be a Jeffrey Dahmer, or he can be well, Jeffrey Dahmer did kind of have some kind of remorse when he killed the people that he killed, I guess. Um, um, he could be a but I don't know. But to know that he attacks animals and that he has a rage issue, and then he has say custody, don't let him out. Um, and well, if he's like, they're going to look into his background, like, did his mother take him to a psychiatrist? Did he go see somebody about his rage issues? And they said that he already has a concerning diagnosis. If you got to have cameras in your house just to make sure your child ain't doing nothing crazy, something ain't right. He didn't kill any animals. I am nice. I'm trying to be child. I try to be, but child, don't take me there. Don't take me there. Um, Let me let y'all listen to this. Her name was Quiana Man. Um, Let me listen to this.
Who shot and killed his 44-year-old?
Yeah, her name is Quiana Man. Let me look her up. Then he sat there and was bold enough to, like, man, I hate that. You know, mm, I don't even think he needs to be in with the juveniles, child. I know. I know, y'all. I know. I know. Um, Let me just look up further. Okay, so let me see here, y'all. Hold on. It says here what the grandmama say. So it says here that the grandmother said that the little boy suffers from extreme psychiatric sickness. Says here um, that the little boy, I have said it before, but let me say it again, hears imaginary voices who inform him to do dangerous issues and has bothered sleeping. It says here that sometimes he hears 5 imaginary individuals together with 2 ladies, an older girl, and 2 empty males. Child, they need to do an exorcism or something, Jesus. um, it says here Miss Luritha mentioned the 2 little ladies in his head informed him to do issues that the voices are the loudest within the early morning. Um, he says he's at all time mentioned that he hears voices. She instructed the day by day beast. He mentioned that his ideas and all the things began producing at 5 or 6 within the morning, generally at 4 o'clock in the morning. This boy be up in his sleep. It says here he has an imaginary pal that can inform him to do actually dangerous issues. This is crazy. So it says here, so the person that killed the killed the mother was the rage-filled woman or whoever that was in this boy head at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock this morning. It says here the rage baby killed between 6 and 7 is claimed to not have expressed regret for the slaughter. And it says here that let me look a little bit further, y'all. So, Lord, it's just y'all. It says here when he does anything, it says here when they ask him why he does the things that he do, it says here that he states the 2 sisters instructed him to do that. And it says here with along with getting a concussion 2 years in the past, which Lorethia mentioned made him worse. So he experienced 2 concussions. And it says the boy's psychological well-being has been spiraling, and he usually will not choose up on different feelings and reactions. He did not choose up on a number of issues. He talks intelligently, however, he doesn't perceive a number of issues. He will cry quite a bit, the grandmama states. Wow, really? It says here that Quiana had been taking him to a therapist and was getting each day experiences from his college. However, irrespective of how many individuals have been serving to, she struggled to stabilize him, the grandmother mentioned. It says here, we tried serving to her with him. Laretha instructed the day by day beats. All of us, everyone that is aware of her, even her children of individuals, all of us try serving to her with him. As a result of we knew he had psychological sickness. And he says here, I don't know if he was ever actually comfortable until you understand he was getting one thing. And it says here the VR headset wasn't the primary time the kid had used his mom's bank card and accounts to buy issues for himself. And it says here that when Quiana was taking her mentally challenged son to a therapist and receiving each, it says here that the taking him to a therapist was not stabilizing him. And it says here that his sister says that, with the rage point all his life and turned into a very indignant and acts out. So he acts out if he don't get his way. And the camera's been unplugged. I guess the two sisters instructed him to unplug the cameras. And it says here the kid who calls his grandmother on daily basis at 6 p.m. is now hoping to return house and instructed Larissa that he needs to write down a letter to decide to put some sort of monitor on him, some electrode on him so he may come home. If he had dangerous idea or became able to do something dangerous that it could shock him or electrocute him on one thing. So she said the grandmama hold on, y'all. So the grandmama want like him to come home, but she want some type of device on him. So when he think about trying to hurt somebody, or when the two sisters come in his head, they can electrocute him and send shockwaves through his body, so he won't do nothing. Child, that ain't gonna work. Send that, do what is. It's hard because you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up on a child because they're a child. They didn't ask to be here. But when they're in a position where they're causing them self-harm and they're causing you harm, this boy done killed his mom. And then in the beginning, they showed no remorse. He apologized for it later down the road. But he needs to be where locked up. Not in a cage, but locked up to where he can get 24-hour care. Because he is not going to make it in this society. He's not gonna be. It says here he has requested his household to return home to Brighton for Christmas. It says here one thing his mom additionally prioritized to assist along with his psychiatric issue. And it says here Larissa additionally meant she would not imagine her daughter would need the kid to be tried as a grown up, and the household plans to do all the things to assist him. So they still want to help him and be there for him, and she don't want him to be tried as an adult. It says here the 10-year-old boy has been launched again into the custody of his household after his preliminary interview with police over his mom's demise. And he shot his mom in the face, bro. Like, this crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy enough. I'm done. Like, I understand that the grandmama don't want to give up on her grandson, because that's her grandson. But if he's to the point of no return. Like, he actually killed his mama, your daughter. And I wouldn't take that chance on him taking my life. You would actually have to go to a mental institution. I'm sorry. You will have to be in a behavioral health facility, a mental health facility, because I ain't gonna be able to take care of you. I'm sorry. And that's just how I feel. Like, that's no. I'm sorry. He said and later on that road, they said that he did say I'm sorry, but it was not in a remorseful tone. Like, well, I'm sorry for killing my mother. Like, this is your mama. Like, this is your mama. I won't be surprised, y'all, and I'm not wishing this upon this young man's life, that he becomes suicidal because of the issues. If he doesn't get any help, um, he's going to need some help. But mm-mm, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get your sons the help that they need. Honestly, my child, he doesn't have mental issues, but he does have disabilities. And I do what all I can as his mother to try to get him all the help that he needs so he can be better, or he can be productive in society, because we are raising the future, child. We raising the future. I ain't gonna lie. um I'm not gonna tell no story on that. Like, you gotta do what you can do for your children. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it, but it didn't say he shot it more than one or two times. It just said he said that he was twirling a gun at first, but then he admitted that he got the gun out the safe box and shot the mom dead in the face. I would be nervous to have kitchen knives in my home. I wouldn't be nervous to have gun in my home, knowing that my son could possibly harm someone in the home or harm himself due to the fact of the mental issues that he is having. Um, there's no excuse. Um, um, you know, y'all, we have to pray for mothers, for this my grandmother, because and this family, because even though that he did that, um, you still have to find forgiveness, and you still have to know that that's still your family. After all that, still have to find forgiveness in your heart. Because he gonna have to live with that for the rest of his life, knowing that he used a gun to kill his mama, and that's a reality. Yes, and she was doing all what she can. Once it gets to the point where the rage has gone too far, and then I feel like it's best to just, you have to wash your hands of it, and you have to give them to God and get them some help. And that means get them in a behavioral health facility, a mental facility that deals with children that have those kind of issues. Um, some people are born like this, and some people, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, some people have trauma that causes them to be this way. They have trauma from childhood, um, that could cause this to happen. So, you know, I know. I don't think I would want him to go to school either because he probably had a lot of behavior issues at school. Um, so what Trisha was saying, Monica, child, you be dead. You used to tell me I'm gonna be dead, Trisha. Hold on, Trisha. Let me read that. Mom, child, you'll be dead. He doesn't care. He's not going to harm him. Child, well, child, child. um, that's crazy. Um, um, I just anyway, y'all. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I got to get my kids to bed, and I have to. I'm gonna be honest. I got to go do some schoolwork, so and write and try to write half of my paper. So I need to get my kids in bed. Well, you know what, Miss Hudson. If you and they can if they can become exceptional men in society, if you have people out there that's willing to give them a chance and get and their parents get them the help that they need. If they need to be facilitized until can help them cope with whatever they're dealing with on the inside of their brain, then right, number one, put your pride to the side and get your help for your babies. Yeah, because some of people do be denial. That people, everybody want a normal child. Don't nobody, everybody, is some people is, like me. It took me a minute to realize that, hey, my son is, um, my son is even if it's parents out here that know that their child is autistic and too embarrassed or too prideful to say, hey, or the child like me, I waited to like Jamel should be talking as someone his age. Jamel may be talking maybe of a 5-year old right now, 5, 6 year old, and my son is 7. And my son is 2 years behind. I fought myself because I was kind of in denial that my son had delays that needed to be caught up. If I would have realized that, if I would have just put my pride to the side and realized that, hey, my son has disabilities, then y'all don't understand. It's like some parents are embarrassed about their child being having a disability, honestly, because of how people judge and how they don't want their child to be bullied and stuff like that. But when it comes to the mental health as well, if you know your child got a mental problem, get them some help. Get them on some mood stabilizers and stuff like that. It's help out here. Oh my God. Oh no. Jeez. I know here in Tupelo, um, a little boy had shot and killed his sister over a video game. It was a sad story. I know, but I'm saying either way it goes, if you need know your child is having issues, seek help. That's what I'm saying. I know he ain't nothing like Jamel Child now. Hell, Jamel can be him. I don't think, but but it's you know. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did shot it. He killed the sister. This young boy, the dad of them had the gun out like dummies in their room, and they were fighting over a game. And you know, when they're fighting over games, kids think games, is real. And he thought that if he shot his sister, she was gonna live, come back to life if she died. And the parents had to go to jail, and the little boy had to go to a mental institution because for a while he had to go away for a while to understand what he did. You have to live with that stuff. Now he did have remorse, but he killed his sister over a game. What you say, St. Hudson? I can't. Oh, oh, oh! Did he still kill my baby's autistic? Um. Oh, did he kill the sister though? Oh no, he didn't kill the sister. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, Trisha Child. But he did kill the sister. Um, it just y'all, we just gotta pray over our children. We have to pray over them, give them to God. Oh, I just be praying that my kids come out to be decent human beings with this world that we live in today. Pray if you have nieces and nephews that you're okay, child, I thought if you have nieces and nephews that are, you know, that you even though you don't have children and you have nieces and nephews that you are in their life and prominent over in their life, please pray over them. Um, and pray over their mental state, pray over, pray that they become decent humans in society. Because y'all, it's more kids that are, and that's sad, Chris, to say that. That's sad to say that it's a sad story, and he's a bad seed, and that all of the wages of sin is death. But if he came on this earth and he killed his mom, and the only way out is death, Lord have mercy on him. Lord have mercy on him. And that's why I said we have to. And when they say we have to be careful who we have children by, maybe this be a different. We may need to do a part 2 tomorrow. But as well, we need to be careful who we have children by because we don't know the mental status of people. Like, if some people in your family may have mental problems, or the person you have children with or child with has mental problems, then it could trickle down to your child. That's true too. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but child, I honestly do believe that. Um, um, yeah, he was schizophrenic because ain't no way you got all these 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in your head. Wow. Well, I'm just gonna, just pray over the children, child. Y'all, um, tomorrow I have a few stories on tomorrow, but the 10-year-old story was very alarming to me. I was given a couple of more stories, guys, we're going to talk about. I'm going to see if Orson West, I think this trial has been changed again. So I don't know when they're going to trial, but y'all, let's just pray for one another. And let's pray over our children. And let's pray over this world. Because we're living in a crazy time right now. When I was growing up, I didn't never hear about kids fighting their mama and daddy and their mama and daddy or shooting them. So we knew we were gonna die. We ever try to raise our hand at our mama and daddy, we were gonna die. They were gonna die. We knew we was gonna die if we did anything remotely. Even if you was a little crazy, you knew that your mama and daddy was your mama, yourself, it was even crazier. So you knew to go sit your ass down. But I don't know what's going on now, y'all. So, y'all, that's all what I have for tonight. Thank you, Saint Hudson and Techno Girl. Thank you guys so much for sending the super chats. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming on here and watching and supporting. Tune in tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna go live on tomorrow. Around the same time, I'm gonna try to shoot for at 8 o'clock. Yes, I do have to go to work, and I have to be at work at 6:30, and I gotta finish up some schoolwork. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have a good night, and if you're on Facebook, thank you so much for watching on Facebook, and make sure you like before you leave. All I ask you to do is like and share it if you can. Okay, peace.